What's up, everyone? You're watching HMODS. I am HMODS. Now, I state for the record that this is true. I've actually gotten messages about my office and my man cave, so I will tell you about this. As gamers, we all need to feel comfortable in the environment that we ourselves spend a lot of our time in, and since I've become a PC gamer, I spend a lot of time over there. But I also built myself a man cave, which I will now show you. So, come along with me, shall we?
Oh, yeah. You gotta get sweaty. You gotta get sweaty in here. It's time to get sweaty.
This video is brought to you by CyberGameway, with an emphasis on exposing streamers of all types, as well as exploring business relationships with partnered websites and service providers. CyberGameway is the place you want to be for streaming gamers who want that sub bump. To apply for membership or sponsorship, head over to cybergameway.com.
So over here on these walls, we've got all kinds of stuff that I've collected over the years. This is my BattleTech stuff. These are the Steel Battalion games that came out, and these are Japanese and US import of the Shadow of the Colossus. I do a lot of framing because I'm not 21, so I've put a lot of work into this stuff. Up here we've got NES games that I've had since I was a child, up to and including Mega Man 2, 3, and 4. I lost the first one when I was in the army. Some fuck stole it. This is among the vast collection I have of my Mass Effect collection. Each of these are numbered. There's one over there. Then you've got the Andromeda remote-controlled car from the Collector's Edition. Awesome stuff. It connects to your phone. It's fucking great. These aren't really old, but I've got like Game Boy games and things like that. You can cut that out. And over here we got my big old TV because, as Kevin Butler said, gaming is a ridiculously large TV in a one-bedroom apartment. I'm no longer 21, so I have a nice big place, but gotta have a big TV. Although my receiver blew a while ago and I kind of miss it. Behind me you'll see my Steel Battalion controller. It's the first gen, and if you've ever heard of Steel Battalion, we still play it. There's a program called X-Link Kai where there's a bunch of us that still play Steel Battalion 2, and it's fun as all hell. This is my Mass Effect shrine, and I'm very proud of it. I spent a month making this place, but one of the things that I had to have was a Mass Effect shrine. What I did over here was I took Mass Effect comics and I used like wallpaper glue, and I got all up and down, and then I got down here on the counter, and it's just nifty. And I've got all the action figures and stuff from Mass Effect 2, even Garrus, which I guess is about $500 now. All of these are still in the box, and I'm a big believer in that, except when I'm not. Because things. Alright, so this is what I actually got messages about, so I will show it off. This is my office, and one of the things you'll notice is that it's very distracting. This is where I do all my work, and I wanted to be comfortable, and this is actually not the first time I've done this. In my old place I did all this too, and it must have been incredibly difficult to sell. This particular area that took me about 2 weeks just to do, but it's worth it because I am now staring at comic book pages from stuff that I actually want to look at, whereas at the old place I basically just raided the quarter box. So you've got BattleTech, you've got Fist of the North Star, you've got all kinds of anime on anything flat, and then on like the actual shelves and stuff, and anything except for that for some reason. I don't know why I did that. This is my Steam controller. It's a Hyperkin Duke, and if you watch this, it's the original Xbox graphic. I like that a lot. Now every gamer has to have a good keyboard and a good mouse. I have 2 mice. This is a very old Logitech trackball that I use for graphic design and video editing. Then over here we've got what every company in the world uses as their standard. It's a Logitech. I have been using Logitech for 20 years. Logitech Z2300. They're an older series speaker, but the subwoofer is immense. And it's THQ sound, so it's really high definition. And I've got them on each side of the desk like this. Most people will put them like this or a little bit wider. But over here I have a nice, good separation, and it's just going directly into my ears, where it's just kind of coming like that. And then there's my keyboard. Now, this isn't a company that a lot of people have heard of. It's a Zalman RGB keyboard. It's got blue Kale keys, which I'm a big fan of because I like the noise of it. I've always been a fan of mechanical keyboards because I'm old school. I got it on sale for $90 and I highly recommend it. This thing is rock solid. It's nice and heavy. It's got a lot of memory settings, including an EQ setting, which I think is really, really cool. You can get these on Amazon for about 120, 130 bucks these days, and it's well worth the money. You're gonna spend less than a Corsair, less than a Logitech, less than most major companies out there because it's Korean. And it's got a nice weight to it. It's not gonna move around. It's got a lot of memory settings, a lot of key light effects, all that kind of stuff. And you're gonna spend less than everybody else. So I highly recommend it. So over here we've got my recording rig. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of guitars, and I use this rig for not only doing voiceover and streaming, but recording music. And if you are a streamer, by the way, I highly recommend these three things. Line 6 Pod HD Pro X. It's a rack-mounted effects processor, and one of the things it is really, really good for, and a lot of people don't really realize this, is voice. If you're using a sensible reverb and some EQing and compressing, your voice will sound like $1,000,000. If you have the means, I highly recommend it. Secondly, BBE 882i. What this is called a sonic maximizer. Nobody actually knows what that means. Most musicians don't, and the company won't even explain it. But what we call it is the anti-suck button. Third thing, you're gonna need a digital audio interface, and mine it's not the biggest, but it's all I need. It's a 2-channel digital audio interface. It's Focusrite Scarlett, and as you can see, it just works just fine for me. I can plug my headphones into it, and I basically run my rack rig into here, and then I run it into the computer. And it also acts as a headphone amplifier. Headphones. As a recording artist, I have non-gaming headphones. I don't actually have a pair of gaming headphones because if I am going to stream, I have a really kick-ass microphone for that. So I don't need, headphones with a microphone. Also, with the thing that's sticking out, like the microphone sticking out like that, it's very distracting. What these are noise-canceling headphones by Logitech. They're Ultimate Ear 6000s. They're also powered, so you're gonna get a really, really good loud sound. And since I plug these directly into my Focusrite, I can adjust the volume, and the amplifier in both this and the preamp and the Focusrite are perfect for me. And if you are a streamer that uses a gaming headset, don't do that anymore. If you can find these, they're incredibly cheap now. They're noise-canceling headphones that also work with your phone. They have a really, really full sound, a nice, deep, bassy, full range sound. And as we all know, Logitech is the standard in gaming technology, and anything sound, if you can get it in Logitech, you're gonna be a happy person. It's not shiny, there's no RGB, but they are solid. So this is my monitor. It's a nice 32-inch HP Pavilion 32Q, 70 Hz refresh rate, and it is nice. When I first got it, before I had like a 26-inch monitor, and this is a 32, so whenever I'm looking from one side of the screen to the other, it's like looking at a different area code. I got the monitor because along with my computer, I was getting supplies for a game called BattleTech, for which the computer was actually built. And when I started playing it with this monitor, it was amazing. Highly recommend it. You can get them for about $2.99 these days. And then the rest of the stuff behind me is all collectibles and stuff that I really, really enjoy. Some of the stuff I've actually had since I was a kid. If you've ever heard of Exo Squad, you're old like me. So that's it. Thanks for watching and coming through Casa de Hobbs with me. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. If you need any advice or ideas for a PC build, be sure to ask, because I love giving out that kind of information, even if I'm swearing at you about it. Yeah. Bye.